Hey, what up everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you with the May 26th edition of Monday Night Raw recap here. I'm sitting here eating my skewers. I walk out of the room for 1 second and my dog jumps up and tries to steal my plate. That's not going down in this house. No, Zora. But basically everybody knows about the trials and pitfalls of Daniel Bryan and WWE. The whole main event of WWE Payback is going to be set up around The Shield and Evolution going at it in a no-holds-barred elimination-style match, and these guys are going to be going at it. We all know that The Shield is trying to make a name for themselves. They've been doing this for over a year now in the WWE, trying to show that they are the new young guns that everybody needs to take notice of. And tonight was one of those nights when they stepped up to the table and just showed Evolution that basically they know who they are. They beat them in the past, and they're not scared of them. Basically, Evolution tried to, bully them into trying to step down, basically saying that, oh, by the way, it was a contract signing. And I know after, last week, doing, what the hell did they do last week? It was pretty shitty Raw last week. But then this week we get a contract signing. It's almost like, they just ran out of ideas on what they're going to do. The contract signing is one of the most overdone. I think that there was a time and there was a place for contract signings when, back in the 80s, basically we didn't get to see guys in the same place because of the way the shows were structured. It wasn't like Monday Night Raw that there is no jobbers out there. There's no the local guys that come in and do jobs, and you're watching an hour of superstars, and you just really see guys getting squashed over and over and over again, but yet you keep watching because you're not smart to the business. I don't know if I could go back in time. I don't know if I would have watched Superstars or not back in the day, but I guess you can tell because not that many people watch Superstars today. And it's not those, jobber squash matches. It's just matches that people just don't really care about going at it back and forth. But, then you would get down to a contract signing and you'd see somebody like, Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant in the ring at the same time. And even though they weren't going to wrestle, even though they took that, that one bump in there along the way, that made it a big deal. But, everybody knows there's going to be a fight. There's going to be a brawl. It's bound to happen. So basically, Evolution and The Shield, they started getting it on. Randy Orton hit the RKO on Seth Rollins pretty fast. Batista was walking around just beating everybody's ass down. Triple H brought out the sledgehammer. It's one of the most unstoppable forces there is in wrestling, and I know that this is going to be a brawl. I know that these guys know they need to step up. They know they need to deliver. They are the main event of the pay-per-view. I thought that I was about to say last year, but last month I really thought this was the match that most people really cared about. It really surprised me that it was like the start of the semi-mains. It wasn't the main event itself. They let Daniel Bryan and Kane go out there and end the show. And, even though I put so much pressure on last month's match, I think this one's going to have two times as much. Who knows if they're going to be able to stand up and deliver another match like that. But when you have guys like Batista, Randy Orton, Triple H, these guys have main evented WrestleMania. They've main evented pay-per-view after pay-per-view. They know what they need to do to step up to the plate, to get noticed, to make sure that people, get their money's worth, and they go away from the show happy, whether if they like the finish or not. Definitely in my mind, I hate to go with what happens on Raw. Basically, you can flip around the opposite, and that's what's going to happen on the pay-per-view. If the good guys get demolished, they're going to win. If the good guys look strong to end the show, they're probably going to get screwed on the pay-per-view. But I'm still picking The Shield. I know that it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense on where they're going. But you could always, I don't know, break up The Shield, or you could, I don't know what they do. Especially with Batista losing. Where's three guys that are heels that people are going to care about besides for Randy Orton and Triple H? If Triple H or Randy Orton is going to go after the title, that leaves a hole with one of them. Maybe one of them can fight one of them, and then you have two of them, and I know we've seen, you know, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns as a tag team, but I don't think with Roman Reigns being on the way up that they're going to want to stick him in a tag team and put him somewhere again and hide him with Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is a great guy. I didn't mean to say, like, hide him in a lesser role, because I think I'm hoping for Seth Rollins to be the biggest star of them all. I think that he's the guy that it really gets me when I watch the matches. Roman got me at first, but Roman has such a big fan base that I think that I'm just going with Seth, because I don't want to see him get lost in the shuffle. But, you know, that was that. Monday Night Raw, baby! Getting on to Payback. Peace out.